Chapter 3 About the humility and the obedience of Saint Francis and Brother Bernard. Francis, the very devout servant of Christ crucified, had become almost blind, so that he could see very little, as a result of his severe penances and continual crying. One day he left the place where he was and went to a place where Brother Bernard was staying, in order to speak about God with him. And when he came to the place, he found that Bernard was praying in the woods, completely absorbed in holy contemplation and united with God. Then Saint Francis went into the woods and called him, saying, "Come and talk to this blind man." But Brother Bernard did not answer Saint Francis and did not go to him, because he was a great contemplative. His consciousness was at that moment suspended and uplifted in God. Brother Bernard had a remarkable ability to speak about God, as Saint Francis had already experienced many times, and that was why he wanted very much to talk to him. So after a while he called him again, a second and a third time, repeating the same words, "Come and talk to this blind man." But Brother Bernard did not hear him at all, and so he did not answer him or go to him. Therefore Saint Francis went away, feeling rather disappointed, wondering and almost complaining to himself that Brother Bernard, though called 3 times, had not wanted to come to him. While Saint Francis was thinking like that, as he returned along the path, he said to his companion when he had gone a short distance, "Wait here for me a moment." And he went to a solitary spot nearby and began to pray, begging God to reveal to him why Brother Bernard had not answered him. And as he was praying, a voice came to him from God that said, "And why are you troubled, you poor little man? Should a man leave God because of any creature? Brother Bernard, when you called him, was united with me, and so he could not go to you or answer you. Therefore, do not be surprised if he could not talk to you, because he was so unconscious of his surroundings that he did not hear you at all." As soon as Saint Francis had received this answer from God, he immediately went back towards Brother Bernard in a great hurry, in order to humbly accuse himself of the thoughts he had had against him. But the holy Brother Bernard, seeing him coming, ran to meet him and threw himself at his feet. And the humility of Saint Francis and the charity and reverence of Brother Bernard came together. Then Saint Francis made him get up and told him very humbly about the thoughts and anxiety which he had had regarding him, and how God had reproved him for it. And he ended thus, "Under holy obedience, I order you to do whatever I command you." Brother Bernard was afraid that Saint Francis might order something excessive, as he often did, and he wanted to escape from that obedience as best he could. So he replied, "Father, I am ready to obey you, if you also promise me to do what I command you." St. Francis replied, "I agree." Then Brother Bernard said, "Say what you want me to do, Father." And St. Francis said, "In order to punish my presumption and the insolence of my heart, I command you under holy obedience, while I lie on my back on the ground, to put one of your feet on my throat, and the other on my mouth, and thus to step over me 3 times, from one side to the other. And while stepping on me that way, you are to insult and mock me, and especially you are to say, 'Lie there, you country lout, son of Pietro Bernardone.' And you must inflict still greater insults on me, saying, 'How is it that you have so much pride, since you are such an extremely worthless creature?'" When Brother Bernard heard this, it was hard for him to do it. However, because of holy obedience, he performed as courteously as he could what St. Francis had commanded him to do. And when it was done, St. Francis said, "Now, Brother Bernard, order me to do what you want me to do, because I have promised to obey you." Brother Bernard said, "Under holy obedience, I command you that whenever we are together, you scold and correct me harshly for my faults." When St. Francis heard this, he was very much surprised, because Brother Bernard was so holy that St. Francis had great reverence for him and did not think that he should be corrected at all. And henceforth, St. Francis avoided staying too long with him, so that on account of that obedience he should not have to speak a word of correction to him, whom he knew to be so saintly. But though he longed to see Brother Bernard or to hear him speak of God, he would leave him and go away as soon as he could. And it was wonderful to see how certain conflicts took place in the revered father and his firstborn son, Brother Bernard, especially how the obedience and charity and the patience and humility of each came into conflict. But it was also very inspiring to see the affection and awe and humility with which St. Francis treated and spoke to Brother Bernard. To the praise and glory of Christ. Amen.